Okay, good. Those yellow things are holding them?
Nice fan. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Addie. Okay, let's talk about number 29 and we'll see who gets announced.
All right. Number 29 is a friend of mine named Jack McDowell. This is my tribute to him here. He was the first pitcher to win 20 games, and he gave me one of his caps that I wore all through the European tour and the American tour. It was kind of a good luck thing. I always had a good show with it, and he seemed to be playing well as long as we were playing well.
Have you heard that new EP he's got out?
Oh, yeah, it's great. There's a song called Trickle Down that I warm up to before we go on. He's pretty good. George Brett said that if he could sing as good as he pitched, maybe he'd buy some of his records, but I think George is just jealous. I think George ultimately would like a record of his own. George is trying to cash in on the grunge scene. He's just jealous.
What about View? Have you heard the rest of the, you guys thought about View or about using it, like doing maybe a gig with View or something like that?
Oh, yeah, I heard they actually do a really good acoustic version of Alive, but he hasn't played it for me.
Yeah, that's cool. There was a gig apparently at CBGB's. Tell me about that and how Jack had to move next door.
Oh, yeah, well, what I remember is that all I know is we pulled into town, we're doing sound check, and this really tall guy, I saw his silhouette walk up to the stage and turned out to be Jack. I guess they were going to be playing at CB's, but we kind of bumped him to the art gallery next door, which I heard he played a rocking set. That was right before they went on tour with the Smithereens.
So that was okay with him, right? Is that how you met?
Yeah, no, we had known each other for a while. His girlfriend and I and my girlfriend, we've been friends for years and years and years. So, plus I've always been a big Chicago sports fan, so it's kind of cool to be able to know somebody. Maybe I'll get to sit in the bullpen someday or something.
You gonna do the Star Spangled Banner one of these days?
Yeah, but I would play electric guitar like Jimi Hendrix. And I'd have it be wireless, so I'd start the song at home plate, and I'd run around and then slide into home to finish it off. And I imagine the crowd would pretty much boo me. It would be a worse showing than Roseanne.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad. Tell me about this, what you guys have created.
Okay, we're here in Seattle. This is Drop in the Park. And if you drop in the park, you can drop in the grass. You can drop in here. Wow, look at that. You can pretty much drop anywhere. It's a free show. It's a free atmosphere. It's taken a while to actually make it happen, but we did make it happen. We went through the mayor, and first he said no, and then everyone else in the community said yes, and so he had to say yes, which is a great example about voting, because that's the other reason we're here, is to register people for November. And it's great that everyone proved that they can make a difference, and maybe it'll get them excited about doing it come November.
We were at the press conference, and you guys were a little upset, right?
Well, we had spent 2.5 months preparing it and planning and making sure that we had all the Santa cans and we had all the buses. You saw how smoothly everything ran today. And it was going to be just as smooth 2 months ago, but they decided to turn it down. They thought there was going to be too many people, and they also thought that no one would care. You know, it was pretty much more trouble than it was worth. But people came out and spoke out, and so that's why we get to do it today. With the same bands, Seaweed and even Cypress Hill. It's cool.
Seaweed's the first time these guys will be able to vote in a presidential election. We talked about that a little bit. Tell me about you. You set to vote. Did you do an absentee ballot?
Yeah, I did an absentee ballot just in case. I wasn't sure. But there's... It's interesting how difficult they make it in some cities, especially like college towns. I've learned all this stuff about how they kind of don't make it that convenient for you to register. And what that says to me is that they really do consider the youth voting crowd a strong public that that could make a difference. And so they kind of they worry about that kind of stuff. I'd love to prove them right and do make a difference. I'm sorry, I was being interrupted there. I couldn't. Quite a character.
You guys funded all this, right?
Yeah. I think it's worth it, though. I mean, I was talking about the Seattle scene before. It really boils down to people on a small level coming out and being responsive to the shows. That's just a springboard so these small bands can get across the country and then get their music heard. We had no idea it would springboard us to this point, but the fact is you got to appreciate that. Not every city has that.
hit this one over. Your manager just went in.
All right. Well, maybe we could film a little. I'd like to introduce everybody to our manager, Kelly Curtis. All right.
Great, that's good. We started talking about the money a little bit. Is there any figure about how much this all came to?
Well, the first figure I heard was a little bit shocking, and so I decided not to get any figures after that. I figure it's worth it either way. You know, everyone says I should sign my own checks and I should really care about money. I personally think in the end that would change me. I'm somebody used to living from paycheck to paycheck. I ain't gonna change just so I can like make sure I'm rich. That doesn't really have anything to do with me or my lifestyle.
You're gonna have skateboarders and ramps? What happened to that?
Well, last time we had organized this, we had permits to build a ramp, and we had skaters from San Diego and Northern California, Newport come up. What we did last time when they canceled us, the day after, we built the ramp and built a small stage. Seaweed still played, about 500 people showed up, and it was just off in Little Ranch in outer Seattle. It was cooler than anything I've ever witnessed. It was all right.
That was cool. A couple basics. What's next for the band?
What's next? We're gonna play some shows in Hawaii in a couple days, kind of an excuse to get over there to surf. And then I'm just gonna go back in my apartment. I got a guitar and I got a tape recorder, and just gonna see what happens. I've learned a lot. I've been like pretty much sponging everything up, so I'm just gonna go squeeze my sponge.
You think the city's changed its mind about doing these types of gigs?
Well, hopefully if today goes good, it'll change its mind. I mean, obviously they were pushed into doing this one, and we plan on doing it like every year, whether it's our band or just us supporting it, you know. I think it would be a good thing for the city and just for the youth here. You know, they don't have skateboard parks in Seattle, and they don't have a lot of things to do, and they just shut down another all-ages club. So you're gonna need to give. There's a lot of youth here, and they're, you know, unless you like keep them subdued, they're gonna rebel. You know, not everyone in this country is happy sitting home watching TV. Even MTV.
You were touring when they were sending all this out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're still very much involved.
Yeah.
They have fax machines and stuff nowadays. You can keep up daily, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I was curious. I'm going to try to see if I can catch it. I think it's pretty much everything I need to.
Cool.
Eddie, you got stuff written on your hands?
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is this in your hand?
Yeah. No, I ain't showing you what's on my hand.
Phone numbers, what?
No.
Okay.
I write lyrics all over my body. Today I'm pretty clean. I took a shower this morning finally, so right before I shower, I transcribe everything I've written on my body. 'Cause sometimes you don't have notepads, but I usually have a permanent marker.
Sure.
It's just really a problem when I start writing. I run out of room and start writing on my back. Some of the words get kind of misconstrued, but it makes for good songs. Confusing lyrics, parts of your body.
I meant to ask you about this too. I don't know if we've talked about this before, but your Pearl. How's she doing?
Oh yeah, well she's dead.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's my great-grandma. She's been dead for a long time. She sure would be happy to be seeing all of this, though.
Yeah? Good old Pearl. Okay, man, I want to get, if I can, a tight shot of your helmet.
Sure.
Just so I have something to cut.
Can I talk about Jack again? I didn't like that shit. Do you have room?
Yeah.
I'll show you at the end of this little bit.
Okay, Jack. Let's talk about Jack.
Number 29. His name is Jack McDowell. In Chicago, he's known as Blackjack. He can throw the ball probably about 90 miles an hour. Someday I'll be able to play catch with him, and I'm really nervous about that time because I know he'll be really casual and then just whip one of those 90 miles right at me, right at my face. But I think I'm ready for him. And if he does that, then I'll just invite him out on stage in front of 30,000 people and see how he fares. But he's a good guy, and I hope he keeps winning. As long as he does well, we seem to be doing well. And so, again, that's why I wear his number in tribute. And he's also really cool because as much attention as he gets in Chicago and everywhere else, he doesn't act like a celebrity, which backs up my motto about how celebrities suck.
Hold that thought for a second.
Can you see it?
Make sure people don't come crashing forward. Front line, are you ready? Are you ready, front line? Everybody in the back now, you gotta make sure.
Celebrities suck. I made this up after the MTV Awards. I was a little inundated by celebrities. All right. Maybe we could film a little.